the issue here, and it's really sad, but the issue here is the level of maturity. He just don't get it, and it's fine. You know, we all mature at different levels. She is trying to pull something out of him that he's not able to give right now. He still needs time to grow, and it's really sad. You can basically see it in her demeanor, in the way she's speaking, you know, in her tone. You can see that this is really hurting her. She really wants to get to him. She did not want to come to YouTube to do this, but she felt like this was going to be the way to get to him.
Sunset.
Thank you for tuning into my channel. It's your girl Nesha here, back in the cut. Once again, welcome to all of my subscribers. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, and commenting on all of my videos. You are greatly appreciated. So today's video is going to be a reaction video to Tati Westbrook's new video that she put out telling why she did it. And if you're wondering what in the hell she did, basically she came out a few days ago and told YouTube, told her followers, James Charles' followers, what transpired between her and James and why their relationship is in the state that it's in. Quickly, what happened was James Charles, I can't remember when he did this, but he came out and he basically promoted the competitor brand to Tati Westbrook's. And she felt like it was disloyal of him because, first of all, she was his mentor. She was there for him. She treated him as though he was like a little brother, or that she was his mom, okay? So she really, you know, she put a covering over him. You know, she protected him. She wanted the best for him. She says that she didn't ask him for any money. She just really loved him and wanted to see him flourish. And for him to come out and promote another brand, she was like, oh, hell no. You can't be doing that type of stuff. You know, this is serious. You know that the business that I am in is very hard to do. I'm doing it. You know, I'm not really concerned, or she said she wasn't really concerned about losing the sales or gaining more sales for her coming out against him. It was more so that, look, I want you guys to know what is going on between me and James, okay? And basically when she did that, oh my gosh, so many people dropped from his, literally, they unsubscribed from his channel. They ran over to Tati Westbrook's channel, and she has since, she says in this recent video, I started watching it, right? I'm sorry, y'all, I cheated a little bit, but we're gonna start from the beginning, okay? So anyway, she says that she started like 5 million subscribers, and now she's at like 10,000 plus, okay? 10,000, and we're talking about millions here, okay? So basically everybody done left his channel and then moseyed on over to her channel, okay? So the reason why they're doing this is because after her video that she came out with, she basically talks about him forcing straight guys to be with him and trying to get, you know, trying to sleep with him, whatever. And apparently he loves straight guys. He's a gay man, but he loves straight guys, okay? And so she doesn't like that about him, and she talks about that. She talks about how, you know, he's done scandals in the past. She wasn't in favor of them, but that's how he was. She just dealt with it. She tolerated him, and now she's coming out like, look, I'm sick of that. And on top of that, she tells her side of the story as far as why she feels like he betrayed her, because James Charles is saying, look, I needed security. It was crazy. I can't remember where they were, but he's saying, look, I needed security. It was crazy. Sugar Bear, which is the competitor brand, just so happened to be there and said, yo, you need security? I'll give you security if you do an ad for me for 24 hours, okay? And so that's what James Charles is saying. He's saying it was completely innocent. It wasn't what Tati is saying it is, but she begs to differ. And not only that, she is insinuating that he's getting paid for this as well. So just a whole big mess, y'all. So anyway, she came out with that video. Everybody YouTube got into a big uproar. I mean, social media outlets are picking it up. This is a really big deal, especially because these are big beauty influencers, okay? That's why this is such a big deal, okay? They're Caucasian, and people like to think that they don't have issues. Like, the black sector of YouTube is the only one that's messy, the only one that has problems, the only one that's beefing, and this literally proves otherwise. And I'm not saying that it's good. I'm not saying that, haha, look at them. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it happens everywhere. So we need to stop painting black YouTube, the black sector of YouTube as a problem, because it happens everywhere. Well, we're gonna get into this video, I promise y'all, but I'm trying to catch my subscribers up that don't really follow this and don't know of it, okay? So, you know, basically there's people that support Tati and there's people that are against Tati. They're saying, look, you came out and you're talking about how he's forcing straight guys or straight boys into being gay or whatever, or trying to get them to be gay. Well, you didn't have a problem when y'all were friends. And so that's one thing. And there's other people saying, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for her. So we literally got, you know, half of the people loving her, half of the people supporting her. Obviously, 5 million then went over to her channel. And then you also got people turning on James Charles in this process, okay? Now, this is not the only scandal he's been in. Apparently, he's been into a scandal before where, because he's like the face of CoverGirl or something like that. And so before, he's mentioned about how he was going to Africa and there's Ebola and he hoped he doesn't get it. You know, and there was something else. I can't remember what the other thing is, but apparently he's been in already 2 scandals. And so now this is another one, and they're trying to say like this is a problem child, okay? And on top of that, Tati Westbrooks is in her 30s and James Charles is in his, I think 19 or 20 or whatever. And so people are saying there's that big age difference, okay? And so, but you know, like she said, she was trying to be a mother to him. She was just trying to mentor him and guide him. And she just felt like she was betrayed, okay? All right, so enough of that. I try to get you guys up to speed. If I fail to do so, comment down below. I'll do my best to answer those questions. And if anybody catch this video and you know more than I know, fill the people in down below. Tell us what the tea is, okay? And let's go ahead and get into this reaction video, all right? This is Tati Westbrooks, Why I Did It.
Hey guys, so I'm not back. I needed to hop on, answer some questions, and at least do that for you while I take a time out. I'm not going to be filming again for a while. I have some pre-film stuff I might put up because, you know, I've always said that I want my channel to be like an escape and like, you know, a good place to play with makeup and fun stuff like that. And I still want my channel to be that. But right now, you know, I need to take a time out. And all of this has been way, 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 way bigger than I think anyone could have ever imagined. And when you think of the number of subscribers that I have and like big videos that I've had in the past talking about controversial issues, never in a million years would I think that this situation would reach what it did. And I've just been at home reflecting on all of this, and really when I made that video, I thought that I would be the one that would take the hit. You know, I thought I was going against, you know, millions and millions of subscribers, and that my separate part of the internet, you know, my 5 million, because like this is how crazy this has gotten, would be affected, and that I would be the one losing subscribers for speaking up, and that I was going against someone with a lot more power. And I knew that very well, and I knew this would cause a lot of controversy. I know that, but I didn't think it would get to this magnitude. I didn't think it was possible. And I want to share with you guys that I do really want the hate to stop. I want the picking sides and the abusive memes and the language and all of that. I really hope on both sides it can stop. That's not why I made the video, and I feel like I wanted to share.
Okay, I'll stop right there. Basically, she's saying that she wants all of the abusive memes. She wants, you know, all of the hate to stop that's going towards James Charles. And the issue that happens on YouTube, the issue with some supporters is they don't know when to stop. I get it that, you know, you support who you support, and if you hear something, somebody that did something wrong, you want to say something. You want them to feel the pain that you think that the person you're defending is feeling. I get it, but subscribers sometimes don't know when to stop. That's why I don't entertain it. I love, like, for instance, there's Tasha K and Lovely T. I love both. But am I going to take a side? Am I going to really defend one against the other? I'm not doing that. That's not my place. I support and I love both. And my issue with some subscribers is that they're like wishy-washy. They're like with the waves. They 1 minute they love you, next minute they hate you. I mean, I get it. It comes with the business. It comes with the territory. It comes with, you know, what you're doing. I get it. But find some loyalty, some sense of loyalty, you know. And I get what she's saying. She's trying to say, look, I didn't want that to happen, but the harsh reality is when you come out against another person, another YouTuber, anybody, you know, and you say some things that may be deemed unfavorable to some other people, they're going to naturally start dragging them, okay? That's why it's always caution. It's better to err on the side of caution and really think about what you're going to put out before you do so.
Why I did it. This was really a wake-up call, and it was me trying to reach someone who I found completely unreachable, and I had been trying to deliver the same message so many times because this wasn't just about one thing, and I think a lot of you guys understand that. And the things that are being zeroed in on with whether it's just about me and my business and a betrayal, or if it's really just like the allegation of the guy in Seattle. And the thing is, it's about a lot, and it's about a lot that I didn't even talk about. It's about someone who reaches across all platforms 30 million people that are children, dominantly children, and who is losing the ability to get honest more and more each day. I'm losing the ability to reach and say, hey, like, I don't have a contract with you. I'm not your manager. I don't earn from you. I'm not taking anything from you. I am your friend, and I've watched you from, you know, your infancy here on YouTube to what it's become, and like, I care about you, and I think that you're in a lot of trouble and you need to stop behaving this way because it's gonna go real bad if you don't. And to have it be just kind of like shrugged off and laughed about is not okay. And then I really feel the last straw for me was the way I was treated and our relationship was treated, with just zero respect. You know, it was all on his terms, and that showed me that really there was never going to be any getting through face to face, on the phone, any of that. And this was just a last-ditch effort for me to be really loud and vocal and to wake up someone that I really love and still do.
What I found, and the issue here, and it's really sad, but the issue here is the level of maturity. He just don't get it, and it's fine. You know, we all mature at different levels. She is trying to pull something out of him that he's not able to give right now. He still needs time to grow, and it's really sad. You can basically see it in her demeanor, in the way she's speaking, you know, in her tone. You can see that this is really hurting her. She really wants to get to him. She did not want to come to YouTube to do this, but she felt like this was going to be the way to get to him. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like how with R. Kelly. I heard or I watched an interview recently with K. Michelle where she came out and she was saying how in order to get to R. Kelly, you have to literally sing to him. He communicates via song. You can't just have a regular conversation like you and I are having, right? I say you and I like y'all sitting right here, but you get it. You know, you can't have a conversation like that with R. Kelly. And the same here. When people are on different levels than you, you can't communicate on the same way that you communicate. Sometimes you got to stoop down a little bit. Not trying to say that he's beneath her, but I'm just saying sometimes you have to stoop down. You have to come down a little bit and have that conversation with them on their level. And this is what she attempted to do. And unfortunately, people did not see what she was trying to do. A lot of people started just dragging him.
Before they go and make some really serious mistakes. And I sat and I was like weighing pros and cons of like, okay, well, like he's doing this, like no one's really stopping him, no one's gonna get through to him, like this is like gonna end badly, and then I will have to sit for the rest of my life and feel like I never said anything. So what you guys need to know is that there were a ton of private conversations, and they've been ongoing. It's been touch point for a long time, and the sequence of, you know, from my birthday to now, like that was the last like isolated event that really made me go, like it's time to grow up. Like you're gonna be 20 very soon. Like you're not a child, and you're behaving as an adult, you know, with your own home and your career. Like you need to step into being an adult and being held accountable. So I did what I did. I want you guys to know I don't hate James Charles. I don't want you guys hating on him. I can't even go online right now. It's painful to watch someone that you have cared about be dragged and to to know that this all started because of me. And I don't think anyone deserves that. I just don't. I think people deserve a wake-up call, and I think people need to be called out for their actions, and I think someone's got to do it. And I hope that this inspires conversation for more parents to talk to their kids, because we're losing that. Like, we're out of touch with what they are watching and what they're emulating, and that's a big button for me. And I think
when she talks about, you know, parents having to really, you know, get control of what their kids are watching, really step in and just, you know, be more involved, I can completely identify with that, because listen, there are so many different, for instance, CJ So Cool and his family. You know, kids watch that and they try to emulate that. They try to tell their moms, look, I want this car, I want these shoes, I want this. And it's like, you know, for the parent, it makes it that much harder, because they're trying to do or be what they see. And so that's why it's important for parents, and I say for myself, I'm preaching to the choir here, that, you know, we have to get ahead of what the child is seeing, what they're exposed to. That's why I applaud so many people, and I regret that I allowed my kids to get on YouTube or to see other things like that, because at first I didn't think it was such a big deal. But I applaud the parents that actually say, no, you can't get on YouTube, no, you can't watch social media, no. Because we see things like this. We see this 19-year-old and he's living a certain type of way. We see these things, we try to be those things, okay? And kids are not strong enough mentally in order to say, okay, wait, this is not realistic. Yeah, sometimes this happens to other people. Yeah, if you work hard, you'll get certain places, but you don't have to have it just like them. So I completely agree with her when she says about how he has to be more of a role model to his audience.
Behavior there that's dangerous, but the story spun in so many different directions with words that I never used. I was trying through YouTube to meet with James tonight. It is Wednesday when I'm filming this, and I wanted to meet in person in a safe space at one of the Google offices and just try to talk through things. I still feel like I need distance from the relationship, and I don't think it will be repaired, but I wanted the opportunity. I had wanted the opportunity to face-to-face tell him that I don't hate him, I love him, and I don't think he'll get that for a really, really long time, and I don't think anyone will.
You know what? She's getting really emotional right now, and she's talking about the fact that she really wants to reach out to him. Here's the thing. Sometimes in life, there are chapters that have to be closed, seasons that are over, and it's something that you just can't control. And unfortunately, at this particular time in her life and in Charles' life, or James's life, it was time for that chapter to close. And, you know, she's emotional because I've been through this before, where you're literally battling with yourself. The higher you knows that you gotta let this go, you gotta move on. But then your current reality, you're like, oh no, like I have to try, let me reach out. I'm interested to know what her sign is. But you know, she's just keep trying to reach out. She's trying to talk to him, and he's not responding to her. So her only outlet is YouTube. The only way she can get to him is through the way she found him, which is YouTube. And unfortunately, that's the sad case. I hope that he gets better, he gets bigger, and he understands what's going on, and he has the adult conversation. But it's really hard to watch her get really emotional about this. But guys, you can learn something like this. This is a teachable moment. This is exactly how life is. But you just have to know when it's time to let go.
And I don't want you guys to subscribe. I don't want you to feel bad for me. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. This is not about me. Like, this whole thing is not about me. It's something else. It's something bigger.
Here's another thing that pisses me off about YouTube. But I get it, right? I get it. It's that it's like that tug of war of who the subscriber goes to, you know. I get what she's saying when it's like, don't subscribe to me because you feel bad for me. Don't subscribe to me because you just like what I said today. Don't subscribe to me because you're just pissed off at him. You get what I'm saying? I hate when subscribers do that, because literally, it's like you're not here for me because you would have been here before. You're here because of the situation right now. And when you start going and you're subscribing, and some people may genuinely like you because they found you. They wouldn't have found you otherwise. But when you subscribe to me and my subscribers go up, naturally people are going to start thinking that, oh, this is why she did this. She just wanted people to feel sorry for her. And that's the thing that frustrates me about YouTube. It's something I'm starting to understand, that it just happens, right? So I identify with her when she says that, like, don't feel bad for me because it's going to make it look like I'm only out for clout. People overuse that dang word, but that's what people are going to start thinking because of the fact that people started subscribing to her.
I don't need Team Tati. I don't need any of that. But from multiple conversations of things that I've heard, and from things that have been shared with me from my community, and things that have been happening, like, it's respect, honesty, and behaving in a way that I just do not agree with. And I think that someone owed him to say something, because I think the message was heard. I just want you guys to know that there is no celebration in what's happening.
Right.
And if I could give all of the new success back and the new subscribers back, I would. That's not why I did this. I'm going to do what I can to move into happier times and to bring you guys the content that you deserve. This is not a normal thing for me. You've been with me for long enough, a lot of you, to know that I stay in my lane, and I don't really go anywhere. Like, I don't go on brand trips or to events or mingle in my community, and I just kind of stay here and I play with makeup and I do my thing and I love it, and that means the most to me, and the people in my life mean more than anything. And I pray that we can all kind of go through this storm together and end up on the other side, James included. I don't think his career is over. I don't think he's canceled. I think he needs some help, and I think he needs better people around him. And I know I will never be that person again. I guess the big thing that I wanted to share is, and I've said this so many times in the past, and I'll say it again, like, you know, when someone is called out on their crap, you know, they can do a few different things. They can, you know, change and make a great comeback and really look at what they're doing that's not right and fix it. And that's all I hope for. I am going to focus on my family and my husband and the people around me that know me and that know my heart. My family's being contacted by the media. That's never happened.
Oh, gosh.
I was offered to
Seriously?
do interviews, and if I really wanted to take him down and ruin him and cancel James Charles, I would have been at every studio, and I would have been sharing every little detail that I could, and just know that I didn't. I think that we owe it to James to let him figure it out and heal, and I hope that he does that, and I hope he seeks out people that have his best interest and not just people on his payroll, because you need that, and you deserve that, and you need to be guided. Like, I'm afraid to come across like I know it all and that I'm like Miss Perfect, because I don't know it all, and I fuck up all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was talking to a spiritual advisor and talking, and it's, you know, made clear to me, like, we're all the same, and like, I need to have love for everyone, and, you know, and I hope that that's my message. And like with James Charles, we need to love him. Like, we need to be able to call people out and get them to like wake up to what's wrong and right, but also give them the chance to figure that out. This has all just gotten really, really crazy, and I I don't want it to just go away and be dusted under the rug, but I do want to move through this, and I do pray that he moves through it and that he one day, not now, it won't happen now, but I hope that one day he'll look back and be able to acknowledge that this was from a good place. I really, really hope that you guys see that this is a cut that is much deeper than vitamins. And I felt defensive.
You know, this girl is really hurting, and I'm not feeling sorry for her or, you know, I'm not going to jump on this bandwagon of trying to drag James. I'm not doing that. I don't know them well enough to do that. You guys should know me right now. I literally don't just jump on bandwagons, okay? I try to, you know, look at a person, determine if I like that person myself before just, you know, counseling them or whatever. And so you can tell she's genuinely hurting by this. She genuinely do not want the world or you know, anybody to drag him. She did not want him to lose his subscribers. After all, this is his main source of income as well as hers, okay? So she did not want that to happen. She even offered y'all the subscribers back. She's like, look, I wish I can give them all back to him. But the issue here is people are going to still say, oh my gosh, she just wants somebody to feel sorry for her, even after she keeps saying, pray for him, I love him, I don't want this to happen. You know, he's not going to come out right now and realize it, but it's going to take time. You know, people grow on their own level, but there's still going to be that stupid, irresponsible, dumbass troll that's gonna say that this was all for publicity or this is all for attention. And it's really sad. This guy, I'm sure he's hurting right now. Not only is his pockets hurting, he's emotionally understanding that, look, you effed up, you really messed up. And you know, instead of him trying to rectify the situation behind the scenes, as she keeps saying she's looking out to him to do that, he's not responding to her because he's realizing he really has messed up. And right now he's angry right now because of all the support that he's losing. And it's going to take him some time to really see what's going on, to really know that he's losing really important people in his life right now, because life is hard. You need people on your side to ground you, to tell you, to call you out on your bull crap. And this is what she did to him. She tried to correct it behind the scenes. It did not work. So she came out to the forefront and attacked, you know, and basically got on his level. But it's really sad because there's going to be somebody that still says, no, you're stupid, I still support James, you just wanted his subscribers.
Because I was hearing people say that there was a story about me and it was just too much all at once, and I did get defensive, and I'll defend the things that I believe in and the things that I know I'm doing the right way. I'll do that all day, every day. I love what I do here too much to not suck it up and sit back down here and keep filming. Just please don't name call in my name. Encourage people to do the right thing. Encourage people to change for the better. Look at yourself and do better. Like, I try to do that all the time. It doesn't mean you're going to get it right all the time, but like, that's the better way to go than just to enjoy and take pleasure in someone's downfall. I don't think anything good comes from that. I just don't.
Why is it that people take pride or they celebrate people that fail? Like, they celebrate failures. I don't understand it. I probably never will understand it. That's just like with Steve Harvey right now and how he lost 2 of his shows apparently. And so people are coming out, aha, that's what he get. He should have, handled the Monique situation a little bit better. And then Monique came out and said, no, this is not celebratory. We're not going to sit here and congratulate another black person, something being taken away from them. We're not going to do that. And even in this situation right here, people are celebrating the fact that, aha, he's losing all these subscribers and Tati is gaining them. And she's like, why are we doing that? I just don't understand it. It's not nothing to celebrate. You know what I mean? What goes around comes around. Yes, karma is the B word, but let's not, let's not glee in people's failures. Let's at least say, you know what, this happened to him. Let's still try to support. You know, yes, we want him to do a little bit better. Yes, what he did is not perfect. I can't prove, confirm, or deny any of what she said that he did. You know what I mean? There was also the 2 boys that came out and they spoke their piece, but I can't confirm or deny based off of what they said, because it just seemed, one boy just seemed completely like, I think he led him on, and the other boy, I mean, there could be truth to that, but again, he had a lot of cuts and edits in his video. And even though sometimes I do that on purpose, when you're telling your truth, I feel like you need to limit that, okay? And I mean, she got a lot of cuts and edits, but let's just, you know, I think it's because she was doing a whole lot of crying while she was doing this. But, you know, I just said all that to say, let's please stop celebrating people's failures and let's try to lift people up. Let's pray for people. Whatever happened to that? People are not doing that anymore. You know what I mean? Let's pray for people. Let's encourage people. Let's inspire people. Let's get back to a good place, because just celebrating people's failures and just wanting them to be the next one that just lost everything just is not cutting it.
A very public conversation was had between myself and James Charles, and I'm sad that I have to get to that. But he did publicly apologize, and
yeah, he did a video about that.
We can leave it at that and close this up, and that people can drop this and move forward and let some actual healing happen. And I'm going to take a solid time out and reflect, and I'm thinking about everything, just so you know, like, I'm thinking about everything. I think a lot of people have opinions and they watch our community, and maybe that's why, but I didn't think it would go down like this.
Yeah.
And I've been unable to really look at much. There will be new videos soon. They were pre-filmed. So know that, and know that I'm taking a time out, and I'm just needing to not be on social media, because it's a really dark place for me right now.
Yeah.
And I need to figure out what my next move is for me, spiritually, for me, and what this means to me. Because if it's all about money, I don't want to do it. Shoot. You know, wow. The internet is the only place where if you cry too much, you're a victim, and if you suck it up and power through, you're a bitch.
Yep.
And I'm just trying to find the middle.
It's
Sorry
sad.
to keep some of you feel so heavy. And if you feel disappointed in me and you don't understand, that's okay too. You know, it's okay. Try to find a way through this with love and compassion, and try to find compassion for all sides. You know, I can't say this enough. I love James Charles. I loved him from the moment I met him. I don't know, he was like this underdog kid that everybody took a shit on. Like, that's how I felt for a long time. So I felt like I needed to help him somehow. Like, I need to help him like it was helping me. I know a lot of people are not going to understand. And a lot of people think this is fake, or that they think that there was this, like, big agenda or anything. And there's not.
It's real life.
So, yes, I'm hurting, but so is James, and so is our community and a huge audience. And I guess I just pray that we can all, like, be kind with each other through this. And I'm going to take a time out, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to continue to play with makeup, because it makes me the happiest. And I promise you, I'm going to hold myself to an even higher standard, because this is forcing me to really look at, like, what really matters. And is working so much really worth it? It is.
She's literally questioning her position right now.
You know? So, there's just a lot changing, and I'm so grateful for this whole journey, because it's made me a better person. Like, I owe that to YouTube, and I owe that to you guys. So, I hope addresses things within himself and understands the power that he has, because this power that we have here on this platform can change lives. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening to me through all of this heaviness. It's not going to stay this way forever. You know, storms are storms temporarily. They pass. And they help us to appreciate when we're not experiencing a storm, you know. So I love you guys and I miss you. But I'm going to go be with myself for a minute and be back and get back in it full force. So thank you so much. Please be kind. I love you, and I'll see you guys soon.
All right, y'all. So that's it. That is it. All right. Final thoughts. So basically, I feel like Tati, you know, really helped him. She really loved him. She did not want it to transpire the way it did, but it had to because he stopped responding. Even though he did publicly come out on his platform and apologize to Tati, and you know, people even read into that. They were saying he didn't even mention her brand, and so he really didn't mean that apology. He's just only coming out because everybody is dragging him right now, so they thought it was disingenuous. And so, you know, basically she is regretting what happened, how she came out, what she said. Not necessarily what she said because it was her truth, but that she came out and that everything that resulted was him losing supporters and people just dragging him, and she did not want that to happen. And so, you know, I feel for Tati, I feel for James, even with whatever the allegations are that people are saying. I don't know that to be true. I just know what I've seen over social media for a while. Like, I wasn't going to even comment on this, but then when I see people are literally dragging it on everybody and their mama talking about it, and I'm like, you know what, let's go ahead and do this video, especially when she dropped it. So, and for people to say that she's in it for money, she didn't even monetize that video. She literally just dropped the video, said what she said, and said that she's going to take a break. I think it's necessary. I think breaks are so necessary because we get caught up in social media. We get caught up in what other people are thinking about us. We no longer do we have those personal conversations and communications. Everything plays out on YouTube. It makes it even harder because you have all of the supporters is either ganging up against you or they're ganging with you. And so then now you have the battle of the YouTubers, and it's just too much, and it plays out over YouTube. It doesn't die down until the next big thing happens. And so this is, like I said, two big beauty influencers. So to the beauty community, this means something right now. And I just hate that it's happening. Of course, I want them all to be happy-go-lucky and back at it again. The only way I see that happening is with them having a private conversation, and even though they don't be who they were, that they at least understand where each other came from, get an understanding, get the clarity that they need, get the closure that they need, and move on with each other's lives. Because at this point, according to Tati, they haven't even talked, and he hasn't, you know, posted anything, I believe, on his social medias since all of this transpired as well. So that's what I got for you guys. Go ahead, get into the comments. Let me know what you think about this whole situation. It doesn't matter whether you've been following it, you're just hearing it now from me, or you're just, you know, like, whatever, I've seen it in past and I don't feel a way about it. You know, just comment and let me know what you think about the situation. Again, this is definitely a teachable moment. We all can learn something from this. Be careful what you put out on social media. Be careful about, you know, if you say that you're loyal to someone, at least I think had James reached out to Tati and said, look, I'm gonna do this, I need security, I know this is your competitor, sis, but let me just let you know that this is what's gonna happen, okay? The social media is going to see me supporting this brand only for 24 hours. Are you okay with that? I think she would have handled it a little bit better than the way that it transpired. It just seems as if you did something backhand, and that's why she feels the way she feels. But like I said, it's all about the way that you do things. We all are responsible for our actions, and we have to, you know, So for the consequences, we have to own up to them. We have to acknowledge them and just move on. And so it's just sad, y'all. I don't like to see stuff like this. Whether you like it, don't like it, indifferent, just let me know. And
yeah, low key and maybe high key. I been peeped that you like.